Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Hall Wines Happy Hour. My name is Kathryn Hall, and I'm speaking to you from my shelter in place here at the Sacrochet Vineyard in Rutherford, California. I'm going to step aside so you can just see how beautiful this is right now. It's a very Napa Valley day. Isn't that wonderful? I am so glad that you are here to join us. And to all of you, I hope that we can be a bright spot in your afternoon. The COVID casts a shadow on everything about us and makes life so much more difficult. It is as important as ever, I think, to take a little bit of time out for ourselves. If we have any first responders who are watching, I hope you have taken some time out for yourself, and especially to you, thank you for all you do to make our lives better and safer. So we have a very wonderful program today, and actually we have wonderful programs lined up for you for the rest of this month. Join us every weekday afternoon between Baca Wines and Hall Wines and Walt Wines in the afternoon on Facebook Live or Instagram Live. We have so got you covered. We've got fabulous people visiting with us, great wines to sip, and I love to have you come on and join us. You can get the details by going on our website, and that'll tell you when and how to get on and join us. And it can also, if you want to buy any wines and sip along with us, you can do that there too. We hope you will do that. We're trying to entice you. If you buy any wines, we will ship them. If you buy 3 bottles or more, we'll ship them for $1 to you. So from our doorstep to your home. And thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, our guest today is so exciting. We've got everybody at the winery very fired up about this program. This is a gentleman who spends his life making the rest of us happy through music and song and just his wonderful, ebullient, beautiful personality. You know him most recently because he has been on Broadway, the star of Broadway. He has been the Genie in Aladdin. And I would just love to bring on now our very, very special guest, Michael James Scott. Michael, are you there?
Yeah! Oh my goodness. Hello, Miss Kathryn Walt Hall. I am just so honored and thrilled to get to be here today, spend some time with you. How dare you with that backdrop?
It's beautiful, and I feel very grateful every day when I get to wake up and look at it, I must say. So, Michael, tell me, how is it for you? You are there in New York, in the epicenter of COVID for the world, not just for our country, and yet you are still you. You are still laughing. You're solid. You're taking care of yourself. How are you doing that?
Well, oh my gosh. Well, first of all, I have to be honest with you. I'm actually in LA because I got out of New York City, which was, it was crazy. I was doing Aladdin on Broadway when they shut down Broadway on March 12th. And my husband and I got right out of the city and came to LA, which was a blessing to be able to get out of there, but just sort of have some space and have some outdoor space. As you know, California, the weather and everything is incredible. So we're very thankful for that. But all of I call them my family friends who are there and in the middle of it is pretty, it's surreal to say the least. And when we were there, we felt obviously on the brink of something was happening, and you could feel the energy in the city. New York City is this really vibrant place, and you walk off the airplane, from New York, when you get to New York, and you feel the energy, and so I know you've been, so what that.
I love it. Mhm.
you know what it's like. So it felt, for the first time in my time there, was it was unlike anything else, and you could feel it was scary. It was scary and the unknown, and so it was this really eerie thing that kind of took place when the stay-at-home orders really went into action, and the city shut down. So yeah, on the day that it shut down, I was actually doing a television appearance on the Tamron Hall show, doing Friend Like Me with my gorgeous ladies from the ensemble of Aladdin who were there with me. And I was literally, they were like, and go. And right before that, we found out that Broadway was shut down. So
Oh my gosh.
it was the most, sort of like jarring thing. And, we kind of I sort of got us in a circle, and I was like, listen, we're gonna think about this right after, but right now we've got a show to do, which is show business, So I'm actually really thankful that on the day after, on Friday when it aired, you could still see a friend of performing. You got to see it nationally on television, and it was a kind of an incredible moment to be a part of something like that, because it was kind of like this last little piece of see you in a little bit, from some Broadway acting going on, and this big spectacular musical number. So yeah, it's pretty devastating.
Oh my goodness, for us all. Listen, I think we need to have a glass of wine if we're going to talk about this.
Girl, we need some wine. Come on now.
Okay, so this is the first wine that we're going to pour. It is Ellie's. I'll tell you about it in just a minute, but I know you are no stranger to magic, and here is a little bit of mine. I thought I would just pour you some wine over the internet. How about that?
I am okay. Okay, let me see what this magic is. Let's see.
Yeah, just like put it up there. Have you got it?
I got it. A little bit more, please. Thank you.
A little more. Got it.
Oh!
It's a miracle.
Come on now. That's okay. I'm happy about that magic trick.
Hey, not bad. So, I wanted to say one more thing about when you're talking about leaving New York. It's not that it is so easy in California either. I mean,
no,
out of New York, but we're still isolated, and it's very beautiful, and we've got the sun and all these things here, but still, it's not so easy.
I think it's specifically for me, it was the weather. It was completely different. I think that was what we're so thankful for, because oh my gosh, on the East Coast, they've had it pretty tough with weather in the last, couple of months. And it's just the weather, I'm just thankful for at least the weather, as crazy as it is for all of us. I'm like, thank you for the weather. It's the little things, right? Now.
Oh, so true. So true. So, cheers.
Cheers.
So let me tell you just a little bit about this wine. So this is called Ellie's. Ellie's, and I think we have a picture of Ellie that we'll bring on here. There she is. So Ellie is my mother-in-law. She is the grandmother of your friend, my daughter, Independence.
Yeah, Indy.
Yeah, Indy. Yes. And when I say she's the inspiration, we think about her when we're blending this wine. And she was a real she was a tough cookie. I say that with 100% love. But I mean, the day the Navy announced that it would accept women, this is during World War II, she literally ran down to the recruitment office. She didn't tell her parents. She got there, she signed up, and she has kept on running ever since. She's just an amazing woman. And yet, despite this independence and this strength, she also was very feminine and had this sort of just very soft quality about her. So when we make this wine, we think about creating a wine that has sort of that's lush, that's opulent, in that sense rather feminine, I think, and yet it has a minerality that we want a little balance in it. So I don't know. And so let's see what you think.
Okay. Okay. Here's cheers to Miss Ellie.
Here's to Miss Ellie. Yeah.
Mm.
It is. It's soft, isn't it? It's got.
It is. It's really soft. Well, there is a distinguished sort of sophistication about it that makes it. It's just sort of like a little standout, like it's like a little standout, but it's like in control.
I love that, as a woman should be, as we all should. As we
Amen.
Yeah. So, Michael, I'd love to bring on the president of our winery. So we have so many fans here at Hall of you, of Disney, of Aladdin, and there's no one that's a bigger fan of all of us than all of us, of you and Disney and Aladdin, than the president of the winery, and it's Mike Reynolds. And Mike, are you there?
Hey, Michael, how are you?
What's up, Mike?
How are you today?
Good.
Good to see you.
It's nice to see you.
Yes. So I'm here in St. Helena in our tasting room, which is unfortunately barren, but maybe over the course of the next few weeks, we'll start to see people again. We'll see.
Yes.
And hopefully Michael, while he's still in California.
Yeah, exactly.
There's already a trip planned that is happening as soon as we are able to.
Well, we look forward to it.
It sounds wonderful. So, Mike, do you have a glass of the Ellie's? We're one glass ahead of you here.
Of course I do. Okay. You magically poured me one too while you were at it.
I figured. Okay. Well, anyway, so I swear, Michael, Mike is such a fan. I don't know, Mike, fess up. I mean, how many times have you seen Aladdin?
Oh, I've seen it a lot. My daughter and my wife in particular are Disney addicts, and we've been there many times. I probably have been to the stage show that was at California Adventure at least 10 times when it was running. So I'm very familiar with that show and what you do. So
yes. Well, I hear that production was really wonderful and people had a really great time. I didn't get to see that production, but the Broadway production in New York and sort of around the country and then the world, there's definitely we're in the same family, so it's all there.
So I have a question for you. So if you've seen the show, you know that the Genie is the biggest character and takes over every scene that he's in.
Will you say that again?
Yes, exactly. And obviously you have a background as an actor and a singer to play this role or any stage role on Broadway. But this character is a comedic role too. So do you have a background in comedy?
No, I'm actually a terrible actor, and I just I don't even know. No, listen, the crazy thing about comedy that I feel like with the show and with the thing that is the Genie is, while it is a comedic role, I think it's just more about the comedy in the material that really brings that sort of comedic stuff that you think to obviously the late great genius that was Robin Williams originated the role in the 1992 animated version of the film, and he was a comedian as well. And so once he took his thing and sort of did his Robin Williams thing onto it, it sort of took this entity and became this iconic thing and this iconic character beloved around the world. So for me, I remember when they were sort of saying this and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not a comedian, I'm not a stand-up comedian, but I am a comedic actor, so I'm a character actor, and a lot of character actors, there's a lot of comedy involved with that. So, I'm kind of I like to laugh in any way, and I'm a sort of a pretty light kind of a person. So I felt like it was an amazing thing to sort of bring that to the comedic aspects of the role, as opposed to just being, if you quote unquote, a comedian.
For sure. Well, I look forward to seeing your version of it, but it's always fun.
Thank you.
So, Michael, I have a question or a request for some advice.
Yes, Ms. Hall.
You're a performer, you're a star, you are in front of people all the time. Mike and I, and this is from Mike and my benefit, but I really think it's for a lot of people who are joining us today, because we are communicating in a different way with people. Instead of in person, we're communicating through a camera. And in a sense, we're sort of performing too. So I'm wondering if you have some tips how to loosen up. I mean, what do you do to loosen up? And
well, first of all, I start with a glass of wine before each show. No.
Yes,
because,
right after my heart.
Because that's a lovely, lovely way. No, it is interesting that you say that, because I've actually had some requests for some folks who are doing a lot of this, with even with like corporate businesses and things like that. Like they're on a stage, like they're on a, right now over this. It's even teachers, obviously in classrooms, it's a different thing, but to be on camera, you are putting on a show, if you will. So it's a really good question. I think the first thing that for me is important is loosening up all of the muscles that are all around here. So I do a lot of head rolls. So do some head rolls with me. And go back around on the other side like that. You can really feel the tension in these muscles when you do that, because we use them all the time, right? Another thing is, if you keep going down, you start within the shoulders. So a lot of that is loosening up. So we can really rub those shoulders this way and then the other way, like that. And what you start feeling is sometimes, when you see people talking, sometimes you see sometimes people kind of like this because of the tension. And so what you really want to do is you really want to relax that. Another great thing to do is so I'm on a chair, right? Okay. And if you sit on the edge of the chair, and if you can look parallel and sort of see here. And if you'll notice that the chin, sometimes the chin does this, and that's not what we want. We want the chin to be at a much level place, right? So when you feel yourself doing that, you kind of feel like you're cutting off. You can feel the air cutting off. So you want to make sure you get back to that. It's very easy to slouch when we're sitting, or it's very, very easy. So you want to make sure, this is part of something called the Alexander technique, and really lengthening the back of the spine here. So you just pull up, right? So you can pull up, and you feel that there's a lot of air that you actually you can get. So it's actually kind of interesting. It's hard to do it for a long period of time to stay up like that. Right?
I love it. Hey, Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, exactly. I'm up.
So let's do some words. So to get our consonants going, right? We get in like all the words. So let's say we're gonna say red leather, yellow leather. Okay, so we're gonna go red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather,
yellow leather,
red leather, yellow leather.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather,
red leather, yellow leather.
Yes.
Oh, you gotta concentrate. You can't just do that. Red leather.
So then another one is unique New York.
Unique New York.
Unique New York. Unique New York.
New York.
Unique New York.
Unique New York. Unique New York. Unique New York. Unique New York.
New York. Unique New York.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you see, if you start doing that a lot and you start doing those over and over again, you start really, and you can actually do it while you're doing that. So red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather,
Red
yellow leather.
leather, yellow leather. Unique New York. I don't know.
But see that's those are it's a lot, obviously I do it every day. So it's, I'm used to that, but it's something you forget about, because once we're in our normal day to day, you forget about breathing and you forget about posture. And so it's a really great way to get it going right away. Those are great exercises to do right away, right to get show ready.
There you go.
Love it. Do you know, Michael, how many wine drinkers there are out there now who are going to start doing this, when they're red leather, yellow leather? This is great.
I love it. You all did great.
Thank you. Yeah. So we do sort of our warm-ups are, Mike, you do everything at the winery, but I just, in addition, you're president, but you do everything, it seems. But in terms of your winemaker, I don't know that everybody knows that you are a winemaker at heart, and your training is as a winemaker. And when you sit down with the winemaking team, there's a whole series of things you do to get ready for that too, right?
For sure. Well, the first thing that it's important when you're blending wine is make sure you went out and got some exercise in the morning and clear your head.
Yes.
And usually we're blending red wine, so we want to wear something dark because spills happen. But we want to have some food, some water, and you really want to pace yourselves. In a big blending day, we might have as much as 100 different wines that we're trying in one day, which is a lot.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I come to that day?
Yeah, you can. It's
yes.
super fun, but it's also a little bit of survival too. So.
Oh, I bet. Oh my God. I come from a wine drinking family. My husband's family, like they love it. They really, really love it. And obviously, as you know, Independence went to with my husband, Jeremy, which is how I met her, but they love it so much. So it's been amazing to get to like learn that, because I wasn't as much of a wine person before I met him. And now I am just like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun to taste all those wines, blend them, put them together, and it's our creative outlet. So
that's amazing. But what do I do? So what do you do? Like, what's the best tip to give for someone who loves wine? And when you are trying a certain amount of wine, what's the best thing to sort of do to really right after you taste, like right immediately, like after each other, because I feel like they might start blending together.
well, for sure they do. And I always try to tell people that what you want to do is not get obsessed with any one wine. What you want to do is focus on how each wine is different one from the next. And that is the most educational exercise in terms of where the grapes come from and the style, and you'll learn more about the wines if you do that. So
awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll add one other thing, particularly from a woman's perspective, is you never go to a wine tasting wearing perfume.
Right.
It affects your taste and your smell.
Oh, okay. Yes, that would make.
Yeah. I'm thinking we might try our second wine.
Yes. Do you want me to pour it, or you want to pour it, Kathy?
Well, I'm standing right here, and I'm all ready to go with it. So I'll just do this. So this is, from Michael and to everybody, this is our stag. There we go. Stag's Leap, and it's it's a 2016, so it's 1 year younger than the last wine we had. And I will pour this. Let's see, our guest first. So, Michael, this is for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
He's got his glass ready. I see it up here. Yay!
Ooh, thank you. Yes.
Ta-da! You got it. Okay, Mr. Reynolds.
Thank you.
Got it. Okay. So, Mike, will you walk us through this wine?
Sure. So this wine is from 2016 also. It's from the Stag's Leap District, which is sort of at the southern end of the Napa Valley, not quite the southern end, but it's a little bit cooler. So this wine has a little bit more acidity, a little bit more red fruit, and then wonderful structure. This is wine that's going to age for many, many years. And so here's some pictures of the vineyard that it comes from. It's just on the entrance road to Schaefer, for those of you who are big Napa Valley fans and are familiar with the Schaefer winery, which makes some of the best Cabernets in Napa Valley. So
this is fantastic.
Yeah, the wine tastes great.
Well, it does. And I love it too. So, Mike, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so glad you're here. You've been here, and I will see you soon, I hope.
See you soon. Michael, pleasure to meet you. Enjoy the wine, and we look forward to seeing you on Broadway.
Yes, thank you, Mike. Take care. Cheers.
Now, Michael, I heard a rumor that you might be willing to sing a song for us and bring your musical joy to all of us. Is that true?
I don't know, Miss Hall. Let me see. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Fine. I can do a little something for you. Are you kidding me? After this amazing wine that you all do at Hall, I have to do something. I'm gonna pour my wine by giving you a little. This is a little something. This is a little number, if you will, called "Friend Like Me." A little something for you. Here, let me get this. I gotta make sure it's right up for you. All right, here we go. One second. It was ready, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. So give me one.
We've got music. We're good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, while you're doing that, I just I can't think of a better way to just celebrate a beautiful afternoon than to hear you sing, Michael. Thank you so much for doing this.
Absolutely. All right, let's do this. Here we go. Wah, 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 oh my, wah, 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 no, no, wah, 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 ha, 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 hey. Well, Alibaba had them 40 thieves. She reside, had 1,000 tales. Well, master, you're in luck, 'cause up your sleeve, you got a brand of magic never fails. You got some power in your corner now, some heavy ammunition in your camp. You got some punch, pizzazz, yahoo, and how. See, all you gotta do is rub that lamp, and I'll say, Mr. Aladdin, sir, what will your pleasure be? Let me take your order, jot it down. You ain't never had a friend like me. No, no, no. Life is your restaurant, and I'm your melody. Come on, whisper what it is you want. You ain't never had a friend like me. Yes, sir, we pride ourselves on service. You the boss, the king, the shy. Say what you wish, it's yours. Chew this. How about a little more baklava? Column A, try all of column B. I'm in the mood to help you, dude. You ain't never had a friend like me. Why, why, oh my, why, no, no, why, hey! So don't you sit there slack-jawed, buggy-eyed. I'm here to answer all your midday prayers. You got me bona fide certified. You got a Genie for your torture affairs. I got a powerful urge to help you out. So what you wish, I really want to know. You got a list that's 3 miles long, no doubt. See, all you got to do is rub like so. All right, Kathryn, we're taking it to the end. Come on. Mr. Aladdin, sir, have a wish, or 2 or 3. I'm on the job, you big name bop. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend like me. Oh, yeah. Never had a friend like me. Yeah.
Whoa! Yes. Okay. If there was anybody who was watching this and who wasn't jumping up and down, I'd like to know who they are. That was fabulous.
You got me sweating.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That is so great. Oh, Michael, you just totally amazing. I tell you. So you were born for Broadway. Did you know that when you were a kid?
Oh my gosh. Listen, my mom said that I sang before I spoke. So I think it was just destined. And that was it. You had this little chocolate, little chubby kid running around who just wanted to sing and dance for anybody he could. So I'm still that same little boy.
You are just totally amazing. We've got, let's see, we've been getting lots of questions. I just feel I should take one of them that I'll
please.
Do. So, okay, what is your favorite role to date?
Oh, it has to be the Genie. It really is. It's a dream and such an honor to get to play a role that so many people love and so many people, are just excited to get to see. It's an amazing thing as an actor to start a show and tell people to applaud for you.
You do not need to tell people to applaud from you. It just happens. Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
We can ask one more question. I know we're like running out of time.
Okay, let's do one more. Okay. Well, what is the future of Broadway? When is Broadway going to open up? And what do we do for our entertainers?
So, okay, this is a great question. The thing is that the future of Broadway, first of all, just know that we will be back. We will be back. Broadway will be better than ever, and we will be back. We don't know an official date yet. They have to really figure out what this means for the after, like once we return to what will be our new normal. But once that is figured out, listen, there are shows, people are ready to go, and producers and our company managers, general managers, all the industry leaders are doing everything every day and talking with our governor of New York City, Governor Cuomo, all of them to figure out what it is going to be in order to get us back. But know that we are coming back. There's so much going on. There's lots of online streams of benefits and all kinds of things that are benefiting the Actors Fund, which is an amazing fund that they've created for the COVID-19 Emergency Assistance Fund. So amazing Broadway stars, amazing movie stars are doing all of these things to help all of these different organizations. It's amazing that in a pandemic, right, the entire world, and there's all this craziness, they're turning to the entertainment industry for joy and for art, for light, for laughter. And it's an honor to be an artist in this time, because it truly is our responsibility at this point. If you are an artist, to give that, and to share that, because we need it. And it's essential for us, because it's literally like a lifeline at this point that people are turning to books and movies and live streams. It's incredible. So I'm honored to be a part of that. That's what we're doing. We're trying to make sure we stay and keep hopeful and keep light and keep love going.
Oh, and you do. It is an honor that you have shared your time with us. I cannot thank you enough. To all of you who have been joining us today, the fans of Michael, we have a special promotion on. We have a 20% discount for all the wines, not just the ones we've been sipping here today. And the promo code is Michael.
Well.
Just coincidentally, I just picked that one out of the air. You won't believe it. Yeah. So anyway, and to everybody else, so come back. Jennifer will be back here on Monday with Baca Wines on Instagram Live at 5 p.m. California time. Her guest is going to be Alex Curry, the ABC Sports reporter and anchor. And then I will be back on Wednesday, and visit me at Instagram Live. I'm going to be here with George Papanikolaou, this wonderful celebrity stylist stars, who I love.
Yes.
So to you all, Michael, I don't know how to say thank you enough. You are a joy and a gift to all of us. Thank you to everybody who has joined us. Stay healthy and sip up.
Amen. I think